Daf Yomi, Tractate Bava Metzia, page 5b, top of the page. Likewise, the halacha with the words vitakanta litakanta lo avdinan. Likewise, the halacha that if the defendant is suspect with regard to taking a false oath, the plaintiff takes the oath and collects the money is also a rabbinic ordinance, and we do not institute one rabbinic ordinance upon another rabbinic ordinance. Therefore, no oath is administered. The reason cited for lack of credibility of the oath of the shepherd is that he is guilty of robbery. The Gemara asks, but why not let Rabbi Zera derive that he is qualified from testifying or taking an oath because he is a shepherd? And Rabbi Yehuda says that an ordinary shepherd is disqualified from testifying. A shepherd is presumed to be a robber, since shepherds allow the animals under their care to graze in the fields of other people. The Gemara rejects this. This is not difficult. That case, where he is presumed a robber, is a case where he herds his own animals. In this case, where he is not presumed a robber, is a case where he herds animals that belong to others. As if you do not say so, even if one who herds the animals of others is presumably a robber, how do we give our animals to a shepherd? Isn't it written, do not put a stumbling block before the blind? Leviticus 19:14. It is prohibited to cause others to commit a transgression. Rather, there is a presumption that a person sins only for his own benefit, and one would not commit robbery for the benefit of animals that are not his. The Mishnah teaches this one takes an oath that he does not have ownership of less than half of it, and that one takes an oath that he does not have ownership of less than half of it, and they divide it. The Gemara asks, does he take an oath with regard to the part that he has in his grasp, taking an oath that it is his, or does he take an oath with regard to the part that he does not have, meaning that he does not have a claim to less than half of it? The latter wording of the oath is problematic, as he may mean that he does not have a claim to the garment at all. Rav Huna said he must take an oath in which he says, I hereby take an oath that I have a claim to it, and I hereby take an oath that I do not have a claim to less than half of it. The Gemara asks, but let him say, I hereby take an oath that all of it is mine, as that is the claim. Why does he take an oath that he merely half of it belongs to him? The Gemara answers, and would we give him all of it if he took such an oath? Since he will not be awarded the entire garment, it would be inappropriate for the court to administer to him an oath that he owns all of it. The Gemara asks, but let him say, I hereby take an oath that half of it is mine. Why is the complicated formulation suggested by Rav Huna necessary? The Gemara answers, if he takes an oath to the effect he compromises his initial statement, in other words, his claim that the entire garment is his. The Gemara challenges, now too, when he takes an oath according to Rav Huna's formulation, he compromises his initial statement, as he takes an oath only with regard to his claim to half the garment. The Gemara answers, this is not so, as he makes the following statement to the court, all of it is mine, but according to your statement, I hereby take an oath that I have a claim to it, and I do not have a claim to less than half of it. The Gemara questions the requirement that the litigants take an oath at all. But since this one is standing with half the item in his grasp, and that one is standing with half the item in his grasp, and each party ultimately receives what is in his grasp, why is this oath necessary? Rabbi Yochanan says this oath is an ordinance instituted by the sages so that everyone will not go and seize the garment of another and say, "It is mine." The Gemara asks, but let us say that since he is suspect with regard to financial dishonesty, that is, stealing another's property and lying in court that it belongs to him, he is also suspect with regard to taking an oath, and his oath cannot be accepted. The Gemara answers, in principle, we do not say that since one is suspect with regard to financial dishonesty, he is suspect with regard to taking an oath. Since one is suspect with regard to financial dishonesty, he is suspect with regard to taking an oath. This is because even one who steals property is presumed to consider taking a false oath more severe, as if you do not say no. If you do not say so, then with regard to it, that which the merciful one states that one who admits to part of the claim must take an oath, let us also say that his oath cannot be accepted, since he is suspect with regard to financial dishonesty, he is suspect with regard to taking an oath. We'll start with part 2 after this.